Wait, what? Trees are actually regrowing? They are regrowing. Wow! Okay, that changes everything. Hello everyone and welcome back to Songs of Six. I'm DragonLoon and thank you for joining me today. So it has been a while since I have done a Songs of Six game. In fact, it has been so long that 2 brand new versions have come out since my last video on Songs of Six, and a lot has changed. So I figured it was time for me to jump back in and see what all is going on. And to give you an idea of some of the updates, since my last video, which was on version 57, where they introduced cannibals, slaves, and drunks, we have gotten Conquest, which completely changed the battle mechanics and even added world map battle mechanics to it. Hopefully we can get to a point to where we can check that out. And then most recently with version 59, they have added reproduction and riots. With reproduction, our population will grow without us adding immigrants, which hopefully will help with the reduction in population from happening when they die off, but we'll have to see. And I'm not sure how we're gonna have to deal with riots, but we will get into that. So let's go ahead and get on in here and we will start a new game, random game. And even on here, there is a lot of changes. Obviously, we still have our options for raids, latitude, and map size, but now we get to choose our own map, such as England, Europe, not sure where that is, but, ew, that looks like an interesting map. Oh, and then we have this just blank map. So, let's go with the blank map there. And then of course we get to choose our starting race, which also gives us a breakdown or a brief description of the races. So the Crotonians are good at farming and thrive in temperate and warm climates, prefer close to water, vegetarians and prefer, if I can talk, harmony and wooded structures. Or we can go with the Dendorians, which are sturdy and stubborn, don't care much for farming, but excel at mining and enjoy refinement and is sturdy in battle. So those might be our warrior race. Oh, we'll see. And then this is a new one. Oh, no, these are the insectoid type race. They love death and destruction while caring little for the finer things in life. High reproductive rates make them perfect cannon fodder, but given the right training and equipment, they can become quite proficient. So this race, the bug-looking ones, are going to be our first frontline warriors. And then we have humans. Last creation of the gods, excel at intelligent jobs and are decent farmers. We might start with them. The Talapi, bloodthirsty guardians of Six's forests, are perfectly suited to tend to forestry, animal husbandry, and dispensing swift death alike. All right, and there are cannibals. So I think we're gonna go with humans. I've never played as humans before. So let's get in here. All right, and so that basic flat map is exactly what I thought it was, which was a random map. So as always, I want to try and get close to mountains. So, probably, ooh, that's a new look. Interesting. So my mountain rating, I want probably about 15% or so. Maybe 20%. Yeah, that looks good. But I also want to try and get some water. So, meaning like a river or whatever. And you know what? Actually, that looks pretty good. Let's see. Fertility is 86%, ocean 0, river 4, mountain 33, forest 93, open land 0, temperate. Let's see if we can get a little bit less. That's good. So we have 17.7% coal, 11.1% ore, 19.9% stone, which looks pretty good. Human, Kryptonian, and the new race that I can't remember, Talapi, I think it is 100%, so that's pretty good. And we'll just go, oh, taxes, we can get clay, coal, gems, and wood from. Not bad. We'll go there. Ah, that's nice. They have a confirmation screen. All right. Also, right there is the map seed in case you want to play the same map I'm on. Let's take a quick look around the map, which you can see up here in the upper right-hand corner. Looks pretty decent. Not any big oceans. Well, I guess you could call this a sea. Wait, did that say kingdom? Oh, ocean. Don't know why I saw kingdom right there. All right, so yeah, we're going to choose where I had started. All right, and let's take a look around by zooming all the way out and obviously disabling the wild edibles because we don't need that. And let's look here. We have... Wait, what? That's interesting. Not sure what that's doing. But we have clay deposit there. Bet you that's another clay deposit. Don't know what that was. And then we have a large clay deposit right there. There's our coal, kind of hard to get to. And more coal, there's gems, more coal, stone. You know what? I actually don't like this map, so we're going to regenerate. All right, so looks like we're not going to get much better than this. Sadly, our clay deposits are all the way up here, where all our other deposits are down here inside the mountain. So we have stone there, we have ore there, we have coal over here, more stone, there's some gems, and oh, I think we have some siltstone right here. Yeah, a very small patch of siltstone. Sadly, this is probably the best that we're going to get, which means that we're going to have to do some mountain excavation really soon, but that's okay because that gets us stone a lot quicker. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our capital right here, and we start out with some fruit, some stone, and a bunch of rations. Ooh, we do get some livestock. That is going to be really, really nice. So, while we have everything paused, we're going to right-click on immigrants to prevent it from flashing, because we don't need that. And we're going to right-click on the constructed rooms, because we don't need that either. So the first thing that we're going to do is take a look at the new menus. How about that? All right, so it looks like they reworked all the menus again. So we have our infrastructure, which consists of our builders outposts, our janitors, our administration, which will help us with the world map stuff. And then they also added the military, law, and knowledge into infrastructures. Oh, infrastructure and then civic, where they added procreation. Okay. And that's where you also have hygiene and food and services. Okay. Religion only has graves right now. Nice. Logistic. That's where the warehouse and everything is. Transport. To assign a new hotkey. Oh yes, in this version they also added hotkeys. That's right. Transports very large quantities of a selected resource to a selected room, such as a hauler or warehouse. The transport requires livestock to operate. Interesting. What about the haulers? Haulers are free to construct, but must be placed on clear ground. So no, they still only use work. And then we have our woodcutters and cannibals, crafting, refining, mines. Wait. Oh, agriculture. That's where the hunting is. Aquatic, aquaculture, husbandry, and then farms, of course. All right, but I digress. Yeah. That is interesting. Oh, and then let's look at the infrastructure tab where we have all our doors, our roads, which are now at the top again, fortifications, fences, structures. They moved torches here and decorations, which they added pillars. Okay, and then in here, this looks like pretty much the same menu where we can harvest wild edibles, clear all rocks, canals. That's going to be very important. And then in here, we can actually save room blueprints now. Nice. Then repair. Oh, maybe we personally can repair our rooms? We'll have to see. All right, so anyway, we're going to turn on planning. And then we are going to start laying out our road system, starting with dirt roads, of course. And as always, we want a 6 wide road. I like the new color schemes too. All right, so give me a moment to get everything laid out, and I will bring you right back once I have everything the way I like it. All right. So sorry about that long delay there. Hope you enjoyed the time lapse of me working. So let me break down what you saw me do. So right here is our first warehouse. It's really small. Don't worry, we'll build a bigger one later. But this will get us the ability to house everything. Now, again, I'm doing everything in planning mode so that we can turn on and construct things as we have the ability to. So, from the warehouse, we have, or will have, I need to adjust this. So, we will move that. Arrgh. All right. Change of plans. So we'll keep that way. We will change the rates around a bit. Okay, so what I'm going to do as soon as I have this built, and when I go to build the eatery here, is knock out these two tiles here to make a door directly from the storage warehouse into the eatery. And we have that. We also have a well for water. Over here, we have our woodcutters, which I think maxes out at 5 employees, which is okay for now. We'll have to build more woodcutters, obviously. Oh, crud. I messed this up. Give me a second. Okay. So right here is our human nursery, which will allow us to reproduce humans, obviously. And then right here we have a giant dormitory for housing. Also between... Darn it, I did it again. Hold on. Okay, as I was saying, between the nursery and the woodcutter, we also have a hearth for warmth. Now, down here is going to be our production. We have a hunter right here, which will provide us with meat, hides, eggs, and I think livestock occasionally. Might even provide us with a little bit of cotton. And then right next door to it, we have a onx pasture. I chose the onx because the onx will give us meat, cotton, and livestock. And of course, we have a little bit of livestock available. Over here, we have a row of fruit farms, which we will get going right away. And then we also have vegetable farms, and in between each of the farms, we have a canal for irrigation. And right here, we have a lavatory, which I believe will give us 90 latrines. And I have a 100% basin coverage, so that's really good. And then down here, I went ahead and planned out a really basic graveyard to start out with. And then, of course, we're starting to dig into the mountain, with the goal being heading for the stone deposit, the ore deposit, and the coal deposits eventually. So that's what we've got going on right now. And the first thing we're going to do is we are going to activate the warehouse and one of the fruit farms. And I think that will be it. And we will go ahead and turn on the speed. And we're already starting to get some other citizens. So let's invite this one Dundorian and this one Cretonian to help us out. Oh my, I just realized I forgot to include something. So under the service, under the infrastructure, I forgot the builders outposts, which are very, very important. So we'll put one down there and instantly increase that to 6 builders. I don't know why, but I like having 6 builders in each one of my builders outposts. It just makes things, seems to make things go a lot quicker. But then the other thing that I forgot to build under infrastructure right away was our janitor. And we'll go ahead and throw Mr. Janitor in right there. And we won't necessarily turn that on just yet. All right. So now we need to start going again. All right, and because they have already built the walls, what we can do is we can go into doors, wooden doors, and get those put in right away. And we also want to go into structures, wooden structures, choose the wooden ceilings, and right here, turn off the planning mode. Right here, put ceilings so that they take out those walls. And then we can put in some doors like that between those. Now we're getting alerts that we are out of wood. So fell trees and we will have them clear those trees there. And we already got our first fruit farm going. So we're already producing some food, which is good because we're almost out of fruit. And we're doing okay on rations, actually. But what we can do is bring in some more Kryptonians and some more humans. Oh, we're also missing stone. So we need to clear rocks. Again, we'll clear rocks right there. And if you're watching this video and this is the first time that you've seen Songs of Six, or you're watching this because you just picked it up, just to give you a heads up, you want to keep a little bit of free population or labor, which is this icon right up here that looks like a hammer, because the free laborers are the ones who do all your clearing jobs, like clearing the trees, clearing the rocks, and harvesting wild edibles. So having free laborers to be able to do that is very, very much needed. All right, and what we can also do, since how we have the livestock available right now, let's go ahead and activate the Onk's pasture, get that building, just so that we have another source of food, as well as start getting in our cotton so that eventually we can get a weaver in. All right, so our warehouse is done. So let's go ahead and put 5 employees in there. And then we need to allocate these 58 crates. And we're going to start with food. 2 crates for each food type, including rations. And 2 crates for stone and wood. We'll do 1 crate for livestock. 1 crate for ore, cotton, hide, and ore. Then of course we're going to want some furniture and wood in there too. Some pottery, clothing. Way up here we're gonna want 2 crates for clay. Let's go ahead and bump up the ore and coal, as well as the leather. And then we'll add 2 more food of the food types that we can actually obtain right away. And then we'll add in a few more crates for wood and stone until we max it up. And there we go. All right. All right, and as you see right now, we only have 3 days of food, and that's really awesome. We can now see our input, output. Wow, I really like that. And it gives you the last 4 years. Nice. All right, so we have our Onk's pasture going. It does tell us that we're missing livestock, but we will produce livestock from the pasture, so it will eventually fill up without us doing much. And we have 12 employees still available. So let's go ahead and activate the Hunter's Lodge. As well as we'll go ahead and activate the janitor too. All right, so we are running low on wood again. So we need to fell some more trees. And we will actually do that over here near our lumber yard or our wood cutters. We'll go all the way out here to the water because here shortly, we're probably going to be putting in a fishery over here. So let's go ahead and clear some of the trees around this area as well, just so that we have some room for our fishery. All right, now, one thing that I generally do is for any buildings is I go in and I disable the auto employ, except for the janitors within my city. If I ever have any outposts like way over here near all these resources where I just have a random janitor to keep up around that area, I will disable the auto employ for those janitors and keep them at a specific level. So that's one thing that I do. Choose to play the game however you like, because that's the great thing about these games. So let's go ahead and finish this Hunter's Lodge, and I'll show you what I mean. All right, so this one doesn't have the auto employ. Generally speaking, like for the farms and the pastures, the preset number of employees are generally enough employees, so we'll leave that alone for right now. The other thing that we will do, although we only have 5 free employees, is wait until we have some more food. And while we wait, go ahead and start working on these dirt roads. And as you can see here, the hunter's already bringing in a bunch of meat, a bunch of leather, eggs, and cotton. And it's all because we had a bunch of animals around our starting area, which was really serendipitous. All right, so we are going to need some more employees, and we already have 4 more humans, so let's allow them to immigrate in. Plus we have 14 days worth of food. Excellent. And that's all we'll do for now. Now, I would want to start making the dormitory, but sadly, in order to make the dormitory, we need furniture. And in order to make furniture, we need the woodcutter. So let's go ahead and activate that. Now, generally with the woodcutters, you want to find a patch of really, really dense forest and build the woodcutters over that, because once you harvest trees by using the selection down here, those trees will not respawn, but all these trees in the woodcutter will respawn. Unfortunately, they won't plant new trees, sadly. All right, so there is the woodcutter, and we're already getting 5 employees in there, and it's already starting to produce wood. Excellent. So I think the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to activate another, we'll activate the vegetable farm, but in order to build the vegetable farm, we need to harvest some wild edibles, specifically vegetables. Like there's one and there's one. We'll just get all these veggies. All right, let's see if that's enough. But sadly, they can't harvest the vegetables until summer and autumn. So we still have a little bit to go. And I know we're going to need at least 3 employees there, but we only have 2 available, so let's go ahead and bring in some more humans. And then let's go ahead and build. Under workshop and crafting, we'll build our carpenter. And what we will do is leave it with the stone building. We will just put it. We're eventually going to need a lot of carpenters, so we'll put it like that. And then put in a couple of doors, like so. And have them build that. Now, if you look here, we need 372 stone, but we only have 77 stone left from harvesting. So what we want to do is we want to start digging into the mountain right there. And we will just keep digging over and open up this stone quarry area. Oh, and I almost forgot, we need to build our hearth and our well. And while we're at it activating jobs, let's go ahead and activate these canals so that we can start getting these fields irrigated, which will just improve the output of the farms. All right, folks. So we are running into a slight problem, but it's a good problem. We have maxed out our storage in our warehouse for our meat. But what that means is we can build an export depot, start exporting meat. All right, and so it looks like the export depots are now a lot like import depots, where you build one per resource. So we'll do that one for meat, we'll do that one for furniture because we're gonna have a lot, and we'll do that one for livestock because we'll have a bit of livestock eventually. And I think right now that's all we'll do. All right, so to give a quick tutorial for those who are interested on the new export depots and how to, trade in general. In order to trade, you need money. And in order to get money, you need to export goods. So what you do is you build an export depot, you go in, and then you select a resource. In this case, we're going to export meat. Now, what we need to do is we need to come up here into the goods and trade category, go to our meat, and this column here will set the quantity of when to buy. So as the import level says for meat right now, imports will start when warehouse stock is below 100%. Well, we don't want to import anything, so we're going to set that down all the way to 0%. Okay. Then what we're trying to do is we're trying to export, and that's in the sell column. So if you look here, exports will start when warehouse stock is above 0%. This means that it will try to sell everything. Well, we don't want it to sell everything, so we need to reduce that down. Okay, so I was starting to misspeak. The exports will start when warehouse stock is above 0%. What that means is we won't export anything. As you see right there, it says at 25% exports will only happen when warehouse usage rate for this particular resource exceeds 75%. 0% disables exports and 100% exports everything stored in the warehouse. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to set the percentage of the warehouse storage space that we want to export. In this case, we want 25%. So we're going to set that, we'll set it to 80%. So anytime the warehouse exceeds 80%, exceeds 30%, which is actually 70% of the warehouse storage available, that's when we'll export meat. Okay, now for importing, it is very similar as far as the building structures to the export storage. So again, for export, we go in here and we select a resource. For import, we build the depot and we select the resource. So in this case, we're going to do furniture. Now let's go into goods, scroll down to furniture, and we'll set this to where we import 0 because we don't need to import it. We're going to be making it ourselves. And we're going to export above 30% again, or excuse me, above 70%. And then I think I set this one to livestock. And we will go to livestock. We're not going to import, but we are going to export half of our available warehouse space. And once we start getting meat in there, which you can see we already have meat available. Oh, sweet. You can set the export levels right there in the export depot. That's nice. But we're already starting to get coins. And that all came in from trade, which is awesome. All right, and our carpenters are done. So this is what I was talking about earlier, where the auto employment, I turned that off because we don't have 32 employees. We're not gonna have 32 spare employees for a while. We also don't need that many carpenters producing furniture because we're not producing enough wood to support that. So we are going to drop that down to 6, just like that. And now we're starting to produce furniture. So what we can do is we can activate this job, and we want to activate the walls surrounding it, like so. Just like that. And then as soon as we have enough furniture, which we need a lot of furniture to complete this, we will have housing. Now, it looks like we're getting a lot of eggs, and the great thing about eggs are the cantors love eggs, and cantors are really, really good, but they're hard to find. They excel at most things, but are difficult to obtain and please. So we'll go ahead and let that one cantor come in, and he'll start eating those eggs. And now we're at 50 people. A new level has been bestowed upon us. So let's go take a look. And we now have access to the flat house, the canteens, and the taverns, plus a 5% happiness boost. So, we do also want to come in here and change this, change the faction name to Dragons, and the ruler name, because I forgot about this earlier, to DragonLoon. I kind of like that image right there. So we're gonna leave that. All right, so we have a slight downside, and that is that we are not actually digging out the mountain. And I think it's because we don't have a builder close enough. So because we have 19 people available, we're going to build another builder's outpost and put another 6 people in and expand our radius and see, yep, now they're coming to start digging out the tunnel again. Excellent. All right, so these 5 workers are not producing enough wood to be able to keep us in supplies. So we're going to build another one right now. And what we're going to want to do, I want to build it right in here where it's really dense, but we can't place the crate associated with the room over trees. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear a 6x14 area. We'll actually make it 12x14 to allow room for auxiliaries once we can make metal. Okay, and now I'm going to grab our woodcutter and we're going to make a giant woodcutter. There we go. Wait, what? Trees are actually regrowing? They are regrowing. Wow! Okay, that changes everything. All right, so it looks like we have our first dormitory going. So that's pretty awesome. And we have a population of 88 people with only 11 unemployed, which is not bad. And we still have 13 days of food after I raised the rations up to level 2, I think. Let's see, go in here to food, rations, target ration of level 3, yes. So that is pretty darn good. All right, so, sorry, I gotta set import and export levels of leather because we have a full warehouse, practically. All right, so I think we're doing pretty good for our start. Got a nice little settlement going. 88 population, which is about to go up to 91 population. We have a population that consists of humans, Kryptonians, Dendroians, and Tulapi, which, not bad. 12 days of food, and we're already producing furniture, and we already have 13,000 gold, which is glorious. However, I think that is going to be it for this one. As always, if you enjoyed this content, please make sure to smash that like button and leave a comment below. Tell me what you thought. Tell me what I missed. And let me know if there's anything specific that you'd like to see in any future contents. And if you haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any more of this really awesome content. And once again, thank you for watching. And as always, stay frosty out there.